Hello and welcome to the show. I'm here on Forza Motorsport 4 for a bit of a special, a kind of a thank you to our subscribers. We hit 40,000 on Friday. It was Friday. Sure, some time ago. I came up with this idea of auctioning off some of the old FailRace, some of the old first gear cars that I have lying around in my garage. We will start with the Corvette that you see on screen here. I'll go run through the cars first before I explain quite how this is going to work. So the vehicles for sale, the first gear Corvette, been in many a video. This one, unfortunately, it isn't the very car. I cannot sell the very car that is in the videos, because that car was a gift from Turn 10 when you first bought Forza 4, when you first loaded up. If you had Forza 3, depending on how far you got through it, they gifted you some random vehicles. And one of them was a Corvette ZR1 that was gifted. So I just slapped the paint job on that, and that was the one that was used. But because it was gifted by Turn 10, you can't sell it, you can't trade it. So it isn't the very car, but it is an identical replica. And there are not very many of these. I have one, Daniel has one. I don't know if Husky has one. He might do. I'm not sure. And the creator of the car may still have it. I don't know. So, yeah, we've never sold one of these before, never gifted one of these before. So, yeah, it's a very rare car that I shall be putting up for sale. We have a Fail Team van. It was used in a setup challenge. I really liked the paint job on this one, so we shall sell one of these. I can't sell it with the setup because the setup was all locked and stuff, so it's just on a standard Vandura. I've just noticed all of the stats are 3. Never noticed that before about the Vandura. Of course you will need the Vandura. Was DLC? I think it was. I tried my best to find cars that weren't DLC, but I might have missed some, so sorry if they are. We have a Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. This is from way back when we did the 100 horsepower challenge. We had to go racing with cars that had 100 horsepower or less, and the Karmann Ghia raced something else. It was quite good fun though. It was surprising how much fun you could have with only 100 horsepower. We have a Camaro that was used in a demolition derby, so it's a slightly worn Camaro. I don't think it did particularly well, but it's here now. I'm not at all trying to get rid of a horribly broken Camaro. No, that's not at all what's going on. We have some versus community cars mixed in here. These are mostly decent versus the community cars that have done well. This Supra, for example, won all 3 rounds of the C-Class Toyotas. Yeah, quite a good C-Class car. This one surprised me, actually, how well it did. We've got some racing vehicles I've used in various series. Some people may recognise this Golf. I think it's from our very first championship we ran on our forums. We ran these Mark II Golfs. They've made appearances in some other videos as well. Some footage from that championship has made appearances in the odd video here and there. I think this Golf, it won a couple of races. I think I came 4th in the championship or 3rd, something like that. Quite again, a good fun B-Class car to sort of mess around with. Next we have probably the oldest car from the lot. I very highly doubt anybody will know where this is from, but if you do, well done for sticking with us for that long. This is from, again, one of the very early championships we raced. Before we even had our forums, we did a Vauxhall Corsa Cup. We were running these. This is the car that I ran. I did pretty well in it. I can't remember. It was so long ago. I do remember I ended up upside down at Silverstone. Through bridge, I crashed. I think I won one round and then rolled it in the next. It sounds like something I would do, to be honest. A couple more versus community cars, Fiat Abarth and a Volvo 850R. I think the Volvo is one of my most used versus the community cars. Either the Volvo or the 05 Mustang. I've used an awful lot. And so, yeah, a good B-Class car, the Volvo. Surprisingly good in B-Class. We have a budget race car build thing that we did. I think we had 50,000 credits to build a B-Class car. I got a Honda S2000. Again, quite a good car, this one. Turned out better than I had expected. A couple more B-Class, lots of B-Class cars in this. A couple more versus community cars. Lotus Cortina. Surprised me again how quick this thing is. Very good B-Class car, the Cortina. And the Aston Martin Vantage. We had to put 400 horsepower in a B-Class car. And this is the vehicle that I chose. Again, quite an easy one to drive, considering. And we were going for the more powerful. Another very old vehicle. Not many of you will remember where this one is from. Way back before we did versus community, we had like a little tuning competition going on. This was the car that was the target, the one to beat, if you like, the Scion FRS that I built to tackle Iberian. It's another car I threw together in sort of 10-15 minutes. I actually did blooming well, all things considered. We have our first time we ever did banger racing on Forza 4. I went, of course, for a big Volvo because it's a Volvo. It'll survive anything. Did all right. A little bit tougher to drive, this one. So yeah, it's again another slightly used car for sale. We have the FailRace Viper. This one's in the channel trailer. That's what it's called. I painted this one. There's a video of me painting it as well. I made it up in about 30 minutes, which is not bad. It turned out a hell of a lot better than I expected. I am not an artistic person, but this actually, I was pretty pleased with the way this car turned out. We have a bright pink Chevy Spark. This is the car, we set a challenge. Me and Daniel had to try and build cars that were completely undrivable. We then gave them to each other to see what could happen, and this is the car that Daniel built. It's very pink, has some silly wheels, very hard to drive. We did get them around a track. They weren't absolutely useless. They were pretty poor, though. It also has yellow wing mirrors. Don't ask, Daniel painted it. Up next, it is the ACURA NSX, the very first versus community car. My preferred A-class vehicle. This is the very car that I ran in the very early versus community things where we used to do sort of like a 1v1 duel thing. I ran this car very quick around Silverstone. I ran it again recently in, I can't remember what A-class V-engine vehicles. I ran this very quick A-class car, this one. Incredibly good car. One of the very few vehicles I've actually spent serious time tuning to make it quick. Yeah, this is a good car for A-class racing. One of the very few vehicles I have that have aerodynamical parts on as well. We have got the very first setup challenge car and the very first Jelly Jeep. Yeah, that's going to go for sale, so you can try your luck at keeping control of this monstrosity, the very car that I raced in the Jelly car video. I just realised how much power. It's very powerful. I didn't realise I had quite so much power. 855 horsepower. Can't use too much of it because it falls over when we go round a corner. And we finish up with a couple of Gymkhana cars. We have the Audi RS2 Advan. We did, again, another quite a lot of old cars here from old videos. We had unlikely Gymkhana cars. And this is one of the best that I built. I really didn't expect this to be particularly good. I thought it'd be too big. But it can donut and slide and do silly stuff with the best of them. We were really surprised how well this car worked. And finally, we have got my very own Hyundai Veloster. This is a fantastic car for doing gymkhana-ing stuff. I can't remember how many videos we've done on it. Every single one of them, I'm fairly sure I won because of this car. Not because I am better than Daniel, it is because this thing is absolutely phenomenal. It really is a very good vehicle for sliding around, for messing around on the benchmark layouts. Incredible car, this Veloster. So yeah, all of this lot here, all of these vehicles are going to be going up for sale. Now the way that I'm going to work this is tomorrow, which is going to be on calendar Monday the 11th. I shall be putting these cars up on the auction house on Forza 4. I shall be putting them up for a 1,000 credit starting bid, and they'll go for whatever. It'll be on a 2-hour auction, so it'll finish at around 9 PM at British summer time. I think that's about the best I can do with the time so that it's sensible for as much of the world as possible. I can't do too much better than that. I do apologise. Now the reason why I'm putting these on a bid is if I put these all on a buyout or whatever it's called on here, it'd be too easy for somebody just to go and grab up almost all of them. So I'm putting them on a bid to give as many people a chance of getting their hands on one of these cars. Yeah, I'd like people to be sensible and not sort of just go crazy and try and buy absolutely everything to give people a fair chance. Hence why I'm doing it on a bid. I think that's the best way of sort of making. It's very hard to win 19. I think it's 19 cars. They're all going at the same time. This is barring internet problems. I don't foresee any issues, so hopefully it'll be fine. Now I've said this, I might have jinxed it, but this is if it all goes to plan, that's when they'll be up. I can't see any potential problems, but they may end up being a little bit on a bit later. There is a potential if something goes wrong, but it should be all okay. Yeah, it might be a little bit harder to find. I don't have VIP on Forza 4 because it is horrendously expensive. So my cars will be lower on the auction house list. So if you just search for, say, a Corvette ZR1 or this Viper specifically by model, then you can find the car. You'll have to scroll down past the featured auctions to the non-featured ones. You'll find there's not too many cars going for sale anymore on the Forza servers. You can find mine. Once you've found one of them, if you click on it, you can find show player auctions, and you'll see the whole list of the cars. I'll be doing this from my FailRace account on Xbox. that's about it for this one. Yeah, I don't know, I think it's kind of a cool idea, giving people a chance to to own some of our most used vehicles. It's something a little bit different, something that's we've not done before. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a try. This may not work as an idea, but well, it's worth a shot. Anyway, that is it from me, guys. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you to everybody who watches our videos regularly, and to all of our subscribers, and go tell your friends, etc. Please, all of that kind of stuff. And happy bidding. Hopefully, people will be able to get hold of some of the cars that they want to. Yeah, that's it for now. So until next time, goodbye.